we put in, or you guys will put in the data underneath here, okay? Now there has to be an adjustment here. And the adjustment is that didn't we split up half of the plants? Now, when we do this in our class, will it be half of the plants exactly? No, probably not, okay? Because the numbers will be different. Everyone had different numbers, so you're gonna have to actually find that number. So these guys are fine. It's these guys I'm gonna have to adjust the standard error of the mean, the n number. So I have to go in here and make adjustment here because it's not that smart, okay? Remember, this is mean SD SCM. I'm just gonna copy this over again because I don't have it here. Just so I remember what I'm doing with, okay? So I'm looking for SEM. I know that these guys are fine because they're based on 20. We didn't split them up, but these have less the place. You should have. Oh, we might adjust the ones over there too. Here we have 10. We do. So we'll adjust that. We'll do these first. So this is SEM square root of 20, but because we split that plants in half, that should be 10. So let's just change that number in the parentheses to 10. And if you notice, as soon as you don't click this like I wanted to, click up here, notice the number is going to change here too, because this one depends upon it, okay? Don't click, and it did. I'm going to do the same thing over here, and I probably could just drag this over, and it did, because I changed the formatting here and just dragged it over. Okay, yes?
For the fluorescent light for day 8 and 10, when you have it.
Yeah, we're going to go back. I recognize that I made this like good point. Excellent. Yeah. So because we split them up, these guys got to change too. So this is not based out of 20 anymore. It's based out of 10. So I've got to change that to 10 as well. And when you're doing this with your lab, again, it won't be that pretty of half. You're going to have to count how many. But again, all you got to do is see what the column number you start with, and when you end up at subtract and you have it. Okay, so this is 10. Okay, hit and enter, and I'm going to drag this across. All right, cool. You guys are getting, I'm going to make this smaller, not to confuse myself. Home. Okay, and because I'm OCD, I'm going to just, yeah, there we go. All right, and so there we are. And if you look at something, standard error of the mean got bigger for these groups compared to here. Why did they get bigger? Yeah. Smaller sample size. And that's the problem that we're going to have in many of our labs, is that we're going to have small sample size. Okay? And of course, the smaller the sample size, the harder it is to get a random sample that represents what? The entire population, right? Take my family and say we're going to use your family as a random sample of height of people in the United States. Not going to be a good study. We're going to have a big error bars, obviously. Okay? So the more data points you pick, the closer you get to the true mean. Okay, so party people, there we are. Now, this is great, and this would be a good way. I don't need the raw data. Okay, if you're doing the lab, the raw data is not anything I need. Okay? Sometimes raw data is presented, and a lot of times in a real research study, they give you the raw data, and the research study is huge. But a lot of times, they just want the what? The overall summary of what you did. Okay? They don't need every measurement. Okay? You should have somewhere as an appendix in a real research lab where that data is if they want to go back. Okay? But that's really all you need. We need something else. We have this nice data tables, and we can see what? That the means increased. Well, of course, these guys underwent mitosis. They're growing, okay? So the means are steadily going up. And it looks like, wow, under LED light, remember this is fake data, the heights increased. The question is, did they significantly increase? Well, one way to make this a better visual is to make a graph, okay? So we're going to do this together. And Excel makes this very automated, okay? But it can get a little confusing, and you can tweak these once you get into it. Your graphs are different colors and different ways to do it. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through that. Now, one way that the automated graph system works, and you can do this manually too, and you can get into this, but I'm just going to teach you the basics, is I'm going to put, okay, the fluorescent mean over the LED mean. So I'm going to grab this data, okay, and copy it into another table. And the reason I'm doing that is that the automatic graphing system has a better way of seeing it better. You certainly could insert it individually. Just trust me, it's easier this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is copy this, day 4, day 8, day 0 to 4, 6, 8, and 10, Command C, put it here. Don't know why I did it like this way, but hey. Edit, paste, and I have that. I don't know why those, Command C, Command V. All I did there, yeah, okay. So I have my days. Command D just deselects, that's all. All right, so I have that, and I'm going to take this data here, and I'm going to copy the word mean too. Command C, and edit, paste. Command V. Now, if you noticed, I have some issues, yes? Okay. What it's doing is it's looking to make a new mean based upon chart above. So all I got to do is just readjust it. So it's looking to do the same thing that we did when we copied. Hey, make another one. But I just want to use that range. So see this R12? It's looking down here. Let's adjust that. Okay, there's probably an easier way to do this. I just don't know it, and someone's screaming at me in YouTube land saying, how come you don't know it? I just don't. Okay, so I'm going to look for what? I'm looking for H6. So this is looking for what? R12 to R31, because that came from over here, I guess. R12. Yeah, so I'm looking for what? H12 to H31. I'm just going to reset it. It's looking for R12 to R31. I'm just going to put the R away, type in H, and then take the R away again and put the H. And then I'm just going to hit enter. And I got my number back. And guess what I'm going to do? Drag across. Okay. And do the same thing over here. Going to take my 4 data points here, Command C. Going to put them here, Command V. Got the same issue. I'm going to do the same thing, except this time I need M12 to M31. So I click on this, get rid of the R. For me, it's an M. And then I'm going to just go across. Now, could I have been smarter and designed this better so when we did this, it comes out this way? Sure, but I'm tall. What do you want from me? Okay. Okay, so now we're going to make a graph. Okay? And I am going to click all of it. Okay, Excel knows that these aren't values I'm graphing. This is definitely what? This is definitely, okay, axes labels, okay, for the independent or dependent variable. Growth depends on, okay, so we normally the y-axis, like the height depends upon how high you go. So this is dependent, and this is independent. Okay, this is showing the days and what's happening over time. Okay, you may say, was it really modifying, okay, the light? Well, sort of, how many days as it goes, but in any case. So I'm gonna go here, now I'm gonna go data. I just selected all of that because I wanna use these days, and I have the means underneath. So I hit data. And remember, at this point, there's so many ways to get a nice graph, but I'm gonna show you the nice automated way, and then from the automated way, you can start making your own by changing, and I'll show you how to do that, okay? So, go to data, and, I'm sorry, so go to insert, there's many ways to do it, hit that insert right there. And then I have these charts, and they'll actually make charts for you, but we're gonna pick one. Okay, we could do bar graphs, but we'll do line with markers, and we'll just hit this one right here.
Wait, so how do we get the chart?
I'll show you. I'm gonna select all of this, and I'm gonna go insert, and I'm gonna try the stack line with markers. Let's do that one. For those that didn't follow, stack line is better. So I select this, okay, and I'm gonna go insert. I'm gonna hit line. Remember there's bar graphs, there's pie. I'm gonna hit this one, and the down arrow. And I'm gonna go, I think this is the one I wanna hit, excuse me, the stack lines. Okay? So we're getting somewhere. Now, the only problem with the stack lines, I can see the problem. The problem is the stack lines, it's adding both ones. We gotta delete this. Stack means you're taking not just this one, you're adding the next one on it. So that's not what we don't want that. So we're gonna get rid of that stack line. So we're gonna click on it again. I'll just click on the whole thing, delete it. Let's go insert. Let's go, and we'll do this line right here. Okay. All right. So, who is who? So what we're going to do now, it says Series 1 and Series 2. We're going to put names to that. Okay? So, what we're going to do is, and again, from this point forward, you use the automated feature to get you this point. Now we can make a lot of adjustments here to make it your own. All right? And if you notice, they also have some suggestions for you. I mean, they can go through and they'll change that for you based on suggestions. Okay, so any case, we're going to keep this here. I'm going to click on it or click on the graph here, and it's already selected. I'm going to select data. Okay. Now, notice where it says Series 1 and Series 2. Okay. One of these two is the fluorescent, and one of these is the LED. Okay. So when I hit Series 1, it's showing the R values as R6, sheet 1, R6 to U6. Okay? That means it's going from R to U. So where is that? Let's get this, let's turn this off, cancel so we can see what's going on. Where is the R? I can move my graph to get out of the way. So R, for me, R6 to U6 was the first grouping, and that's the fluorescent. Okay, so I know Series 1 is the fluorescent. We don't want to say Series 1, we want to make it, so we call it fluorescent. So back to this, click on the graph, so it's selected, select data, and I'm going to change Series 1 into fluorescent. Okay, hit OK. And if I look at my chart, okay, it didn't change. Did I say OK? Select data. Okay, good. Yep. All right, and then series 2 is LED. Now, why it didn't change on me is beyond me. Now, let's go to select data, chart data range, horizontal axis labels, we got that. Okay. Now, did you guys change or no? It stayed series. Did you guys change or did it stayed series? You guys changed. Mine did. Did everyone's change?
No, my computer keeps lagging.
Oh, I'm sorry. But yours changed, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why mine did. It's supposed to change right there. And doesn't matter. Just for fun, we're going to add chart element. And we're going to put a chart title here. We'll put it above the chart. And we'll type in the chart. So I didn't have to do that. I could just click on the chart title. And I should be able to. All right, let's do that again. Add chart element, chart title. Above the chart. I'm having issues. You guys able to type in there? I'm not.
Mr. Grabowski,
Yes,
can I go to the bathroom?
absolutely. Oh, now it went. So now I got the fluorescent and LED. Okay, my chart title, not sure what's going on here, but chart title again, above chart. And I'll type in, hey, is it in the right color? Don't know. Home. Image, okay. My computer's lagging too. Doing some weird stuff. I don't care about my title right now. There's my crazy title. Okay. So I definitely have my fluorescent, my LED. I could also, I don't know if I can because things are not really working too well today for me, but I think I have to click maybe the chart, and again, people yelling at me. Okay, I'm gonna go to, back to where I was, data, insert, chart. Where was I? I was at data, right? Now where's that chart? Chart design, here we go. I'm sorry, was the question?
Oh no, that's what I said it was a chart.
Oh, so thank you so much. Another way to do this would be the legend. Put these, we have this at the bottom. You could put these to the left, to the right. Okay, again, mine isn't working too well. Oh, there it goes. You can do all kinds of stuff. All right, it doesn't really matter. Now, what I do want to do is I want to, because my datas are so close together, I do want to, I basically want to spread this out. I don't want to start from 0. So if I can remember how to do this, so the next step here is I'm going to add chart, trend up, trend down, data data chart. There's a way to do this. Select the data. Give me a second here. Grid lines. Mhm. We'll work on this. We're almost done. I just gotta remember how to do this. Primary, no. Legend, no. Lines.
Wouldn't it be axis?
Maybe. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think so. Axis options, good. Could this be it? Between ticks, tick marks, number. Thought you were right. Distance from axis, I have 100. Specify unit interval 1. Distant from axis is 100. I'm not sure what that meant. Well, it doesn't really matter at this point. I'll figure this out the next day. There's a way to there's a min and max. That's what I'm looking for. No. Min and max number. That's what I'm looking for. I can't find it. Oh, text, axis options. If anyone can find that min and max number. I feel like you're right. Tick marks, intervals, major type, inside, outside, labels, number, general. Link to source. Can't find it. I would have thought it was axes, but I forget now. It makes sense it'd be axes. Category number on tick marks, between tick marks. There's a way to zoom this up and I forgot how to do it, and I forgot. Select data. No, we want to change that. No.
Is it grid lines?
Would it be grid lines? Let's see. I don't see. I don't see where they're having like numbers, right? That's why I don't see that. They have the grid lines. Trend line. Well, we'll put our error bars in. We'll put our error bars. No, axes titles. All right.
It just says them.
What's that?
It just says the error bars.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just looking at. Yep, I don't know why. I drawn a blank. I'll flip things out. In any case, let's do the error bars. Okay? Okay, so we're clicking on this. And to get the error bars, all we gotta do here is, Christmas. Let's get this out of the way. Error bars. So, error bars. Let's bring my little chart over here. Move to where my SEM is. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click the chart. We're going to go to error bars, more error bar options. So we'll start with fluorescent. And now in the error bars, we're going to hit direction both. We want to have a cap, that's the top part. We don't want to use a fixed value because we already figured them out. So we're going to hit custom. So all I did was hit the cap to show that there's a top and bottom, and then we're going to hit custom. And then we're going to specify that value. Now it's looking for them. Okay? So here they are. Now I want plus or minus 2. Now they notice that the positive and they have the positive and negative. It'll be the same. So I'm just going to drag across this here for the positive, and I'll do that the same for the negative. So for, again, plus or minus 2, boom, and then I'll come down here and do the same. So all I did, positive, it's plus or minus, okay? Hit OK. Take a look at our graph somewhere. And we can see there's some error bars. All right. The error bars are for the blue here. Okay. And then we'll do the error bars for the next one. Okay. You can already see they're going to overlap. All right. And same thing, I want to see my LED data. So I'm going to go click on my graph. I need to go to, where are we? Yeah, chart design, add chart element, error bars, more error bar options. I'm going to do LED, and I want a cap. I do not want a fixed value, and I want to specify the value. Same thing before. Now, make sure I'm in the LED area. I got plus or minus 2 for that one, and for this one, same one. Hit OK. And there is, in all of its glory, our data. Now, based on everything that I've done here, you can see the error bars got what from these 2 days? Yeah, they got wider, which means there's less confidence. And in every point, they're doing what? Yeah, overlapping. Meaning what? Meaning there's no statistical difference. Meaning possibly what? That the fast plants under fluorescent, because of their artificial selection, somehow in that artificial selection, we kept choosing those plants that had the allele that could pull out the blue and the red so well that there was no difference when you gave them white light and blue and red. They were so good at grabbing the blue and the red from the white light that they grew just as much as the test group that grew only in blue and red. We can say that these fast plants became unbelievably efficient in grabbing those colors. Or you could say that somehow maybe they're using more of this spectrum because there's no significant statistical difference. I don't know which one is right, but my hypothesis, what I said earlier, is supported here. That there is no difference because of that artificial selection. Now, exactly what are they doing? Are they more efficient in getting the blue and red, or are they grabbing more of the spectrum? They're using some orange maybe, okay, and therefore getting more of the light, or balancing off the extra blue and red. I would need another study to identify that, but at least I'm moving forward and seeing that artificial selection possibly, I can't say definitely, okay, has led me to that conclusion that we have pulled the alleles that made them unbelievably efficient in white light. Okay, again, fake lab, fake data. Okay, there's a way to separate this. I'll get that to you. But for the rest of the time here, we got to measure our plants. Okay. All right. So hit save. And I'm sorry I didn't figure out how to get those bigger, but I will.
What day would this be for measuring our plants?
Don't know.